Mr. Beast just got exposed for treating female contestants like absolute garbage on his Amazon show, and the details are way worse than you think. Nearly 2,000 people competed for $5 million in what was supposed to be the biggest game show ever, but female contestants are now speaking out about the horrific conditions they faced. They were denied underwear while menstruating because staff said periods weren't a medical emergency. Women had to sleep on stadium turf in the blazing Las Vegas heat while being fed nothing but cold oatmeal and Mr. Beast chocolate bars. One diabetic contestant went days without insulin after staff confiscated medications. But here's what really shows Mr. Beast's true colors about women. When female contestants complained about basic hygiene needs during their periods, staff were dismissive and told them to deal with it. This isn't just poor planning, it's systematic dehumanization of women for content. The man who built his brand on helping people just proved he sees women as disposable props for his entertainment empire.
Carlos Sainz just called out Formula One for obsessing over girlfriends instead of actual racing. And he accidentally exposed everything wrong with how men view women in sports. The Ferrari driver went viral for complaining that TV directors showed too many shots of drivers' girlfriends and celebrities instead of focusing on the action. But here's the twist that makes this story perfect for our channel. Sainz's own girlfriend, Rebecca Donaldson, is one of the most featured WAGs on broadcasts, yet he's still complaining about the coverage. This reveals the classic male double standard. They want their women to be seen as trophies and status symbols, but then get angry when that same objectification takes attention away from them. Sainz literally benefits from having a gorgeous girlfriend who gets camera time, but the moment it interferes with his spotlight, suddenly it's a problem. The irony is suffocating. He's essentially admitting that women are just decorative accessories in his world, valuable only when they enhance his image. This perfectly captures how men want women to be simultaneously visible and invisible, depending on their convenience.
A Matlock actor just got fired for allegedly sexually assaulting his female co-star, and his wife's response is absolutely unhinged. David Del Rio was escorted off set after Leah Lewis came forward with assault allegations. But instead of supporting the victim, Del Rio's wife, Catherine, went on a social media rampage attacking Lewis. She posted photos calling Lewis a liar and defending her husband's character. This reaction perfectly captures how women are conditioned to protect toxic men even when they're clearly in the wrong. Catherine is literally attacking another woman who was allegedly victimized by her husband. The wife's response shows how deeply internalized misogyny runs. She's more concerned with protecting her husband's reputation than supporting a potential assault victim. This case reveals the devastating reality that women often become the biggest defenders of predatory men. Catherine's public attacks on Lewis demonstrate how male violence against women is enabled by other women who choose loyalty to men over solidarity with victims. It's the ultimate betrayal of sisterhood in favor of protecting the patriarchal status quo.
Lori Loveland's husband left her after 28 years for the college bribery scandal they both committed. Massimo helped bribe their daughters into USC, but blames Lori for ruining their reputation. He resents her for being the public face of their shared crime. Classic pattern where men demand perfection from women while excusing themselves. He's punishing her for being more famous when they're equally guilty.
F1 drivers are furious that their girlfriends get too much camera time, and the complaint reveals everything disgusting about how men view women as accessories. Carlos Sainz went viral for blasting race directors who show wags instead of racing action. But the real story is what this says about male entitlement. These drivers literally parade their gorgeous girlfriends as status symbols, using them to enhance their image and attract sponsors. But the moment those same women get attention that doesn't directly benefit the men, suddenly it's a problem. Sainz benefits enormously from dating model Rebecca Donaldson. Her presence elevates his brand and makes him more marketable. Yet he's complaining when cameras show her reactions during races. This perfectly captures how men want women to be simultaneously visible and invisible. They want the status boost of having beautiful partners, but they don't want those women to have any agency or attention of their own. The drivers' complaints expose their view of girlfriends as props that should enhance their performance without ever becoming the focus themselves. It's pure objectification disguised as sporting integrity.
Mr. Beast's female contestants were denied basic medical care during filming, and the details prove he sees women as expendable content creators. During the Beast Games production, women were told that menstruation wasn't a medical emergency when they requested underwear and hygiene products. Staff confiscated medications from contestants, leaving a diabetic woman without insulin for days. But the treatment of female-specific health needs reveals something darker about Mr. Beast's operation. When women complained about period-related discomfort and hygiene issues, production staff were dismissive and unsympathetic. They were essentially told to suffer in silence for the sake of content creation. This isn't just poor planning, it's systematic disregard for women's basic human needs. Mr. Beast built his empire on the image of helping people and changing lives, but his treatment of female contestants shows he views women as disposable participants in his entertainment machine. The fact that menstrual health was deemed unworthy of medical attention reveals how little value his production places on female comfort and dignity. It's the perfect example of how men in power exploit women's desperation for opportunities while providing subhuman conditions.
A TV actor's wife just publicly attacked his alleged sexual assault victim, and it's the most disgusting example of women enabling male predators. When Matlock's David Del Rio was fired for allegedly assaulting co-star Leah Lewis, his wife Catherine immediately went on social media to defend him. Instead of staying silent or supporting the victim, she posted photos calling Lewis a liar and attacking her credibility. This reaction perfectly illustrates how women become the biggest protectors of toxic men, even when faced with credible assault allegations. Catherine's response shows she's more invested in protecting her husband's reputation than supporting a woman who was allegedly victimized. Her public attacks on Lewis demonstrate the devastating reality of internalized misogyny. Women who choose male approval over female solidarity. This case reveals how male violence is enabled not just by other men, but by women who prioritize their relationships with predators over justice for victims. Catherine's behavior represents the ultimate betrayal of sisterhood, showing how some women will sacrifice other women to maintain their position in patriarchal structures. It's proof that women can be just as complicit in perpetuating male dominance and violence.
Wendy Osifo is taking all the heat for fraud charges while her equally guilty husband fades into the background, and it perfectly shows how women become scapegoats for men's crimes. The Real Housewives star and her husband Eddie were both indicted for insurance fraud and conspiracy, but social media is only dragging Wendy through the mud. Comments are calling her greedy and materialistic while barely mentioning Eddie's involvement in the same alleged crimes. This follows a predictable pattern where women bear disproportionate blame for joint criminal activity. Even though Eddie was an equal partner in the alleged fraud scheme, Wendy's celebrity status makes her the primary target for public outrage. The gendered response reveals how society views female ambition and materialism as more threatening than male greed. people are more comfortable attacking a successful Black woman than holding her husband equally accountable for their shared alleged crimes. This case perfectly demonstrates how women become lightning rods for criticism, while men slip away from consequences. It's the classic double standard, where female participation in crime is seen as more morally reprehensible than identical male behavior.
Lori Loughlin's husband is abandoning her after their shared scandal, proving men only support women when it's convenient for them. After the college admissions bribery case, Massimo Giannulli has reportedly been resenting his wife for becoming the public face of their crimes. Sources say he blames her for their family's damaged reputation, even though he was equally involved in bribing their daughters into USC. This separation reveals the toxic pattern of men abandoning women the moment their association becomes a liability. Massimo participated in the same illegal activity, but can't handle that Lori's celebrity status made her the symbol of entitled rich parent behavior. He's essentially punishing her for being more famous and therefore more scrutinized for their joint crimes. The divorce shows how conditional male support really is. He was happy to benefit from her success and status, but the moment she became controversial, he distanced himself. This perfectly captures how men expect women to be perfect while giving themselves permission to be flawed. Massimo's abandonment of Lori after 28 years proves that male loyalty evaporates when women become inconvenient or embarrassing.